Hello, my name is Juanita Jenkins, and I am running for president of the Delaware Valley section for the National Council of Negro Women. My vision for the executive board of the Delaware Valley section is that which implements the values of collaborative and situational leadership, all the while espousing the best virtues of servant leadership. My role as the president within this most noble organization is to serve the membership, liaison with external entities, and ensure that policies and procedures are followed so that we may engender that which empowers from within and reverberates outward. As your president, I endeavor to commit to support our committees. As an ex officio member of each standing and appointed committee, I will bolster them with the resources and contacts that will aid each one of them in achieving their goals on behalf of the Delaware Valley section. I firmly believe that the success of each committee rests within the hands of each able-bodied member who will actively live out their service to the African American women and children within our service area. The impact and effectiveness of our new section will rest within the knowledge connections and resources of our members. As your president, I endeavor to build networks of support around each executive board officer so that the duties can be undergirded by a small cabinet of Delaware Valley members. As the African proverb admonishes us, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. With this truth readily acknowledged, I will work diligently to fill all appointed positions for the progressive advancement of the section. The high-functioning cabinet system will also engage our youth and prime the membership for future executive board leadership. 3 skills that I bring to the table when we speak about the role of the president are of those of a community developer, restorative social justice advocate, and empathetic visionary. As the president of this developing new section, the membership engagement and activation will be critical to building our own internal community, which by we will provide service and support within the African American communities of the Delaware Valley. One of my highest priorities will be to promote and highlight individuals' talents and skills within the membership for the good of our local communities. In my role, and my previous role as a committee person for the 50th Ward and a legislative aide for the 200 Legislative District, I diligently work to connect my constituents with resources of support within our own community. During my tenure with the PA House of Representatives, I learned that communication was key in getting people connected with resources. Bringing groups of people together and facilitating dialogue can transform a neighborhood into a community. As an African American woman and a social justice advocate and educator, I have had to speak for those who are not invited to the table and defend those for which policies and longitudinal plans were never meant to consider. As an empathetic visionary, I will strive to position our organization and build up our collective voices so that the community in which we live becomes serviced by our great organization of organizations. All of this so that we will continue to usher in yet another new era of social justice activism and continued progress and growth. our forward progress in the areas of STEAM education, support for our Black businesses and entrepreneurship, sound public policy, development, advocacy for social justice, along with mental and physical health, will impact the African American communities within the Delaware Valley for the generations to come. It was said by our great founder, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, the true worth of a race must be measured by the character of its womanhood. In this time of systemic racism, there is a deep importance for us to understand and take stock within our own selves that African American women have always been drivers of social change, not just within our own communities, but within our country. The Ghanaian proverb continues to undergird our founder's wisdom by also espousing, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. The transformative power of knowledge into applied wisdom has preserved the Africans within America through 400 years of chattel slavery, through segregation, Jim Crow legislation, mass incarceration, economic and political disenfranchisement, and as we know, voter suppression as well. The character of African American women such as Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune has sought to preserve and protect those whose potential lie untapped, as she explained, that the drums of Africa still beat in my heart. They will not let me rest while there is a single Negro boy or girl without a chance to prove his worth. And so in the establishment of the National Council of Negro Women, we heard as it stands then, it still stands true today. And within the work that we plan to do within the Delaware Valley, we seek to leverage the collective knowledge imparted by the African American women for the gains that would benefit our entire community. Our dear founder realized that within the character of African women within America, therein not just lies a movement, but freedom for herself and everyone she encounters. I ask you now to join me. Join me, vote for me for president of the National Council of Negro Women.